20 bucks. 20 bucks. We're on the line for 20 bucks. You keep on playing. Hi, everyone. Jabor. Hi, boys. Welcome to my kitchen. Come in. It's Mrs. Calabash Cooks, and I'm Maggie. And today we're making, it's getting around Christmas, so I'm thinking cookies. And these are a family favourite. I used to make these a lot for the children when they were little. And they're called Crinkly Gingersnaps. And they're really, really easy to make. The unusual thing is you have to melt the butter and then just bring it down to room temperature. I have used margarine and I've used half and half, but the real flavour comes with butter. So we need butter and we've got brown sugar. Now I've had my brown sugar with, I weighed it out, and I've had a seal on the top here, because brown sugar, it absorbs all the moisture. And if you're not careful, and it's a damp day today, it's decided it's going to rain instead of snow, and it absorbs all the moisture and it goes hard. And so I just covered it whilst I was weighing up, and this needs to be beaten. And you can see that some of the sugar has actually just hardened in that short time. Let's just do it now. It's not, it doesn't have to be light and fluffy or anything like that, just so that it's mixed in together. So we just, like that, give it another whisk, just for good measure. There we are. There's another lump there. Let's just make sure that that is taken down like that. And I've got some fancy molasses, 1/4 cup, and it's 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk. So let's just put the molasses in there. And woohoo, we're running out of space. There we are. Just beat the molasses in with the egg like that. There we are. And we want to make sure that we get every little drop in there, and have the egg at room temperature. It always better for baking at room temperature. And now we're going to beat this up together. As I say, it's really easy. We don't need these anymore. Put those in the sink. Let's get rid of this so that we don't trip over the wires. Now in here I've got some cake flour. I like to use cake flour, cake and pastry flour. It's a little bit softer than the all-purpose flour, and I find personally that it gives a better result. But it doesn't matter if you've only got all-purpose flour in, you don't do a lot of baking, then use it. Cinnamon, ground cinnamon, ginger, and baking soda. Let's just mix all these together. It takes longer to get everything together than it does actually to make these. So let's just make sure that everything is all mixed together, and we're going to add that to that. Take that out of the way. I've got the oven on. My oven I've put at it's 325. I've put mine on at 3 30 because it's a little bit slow, is my oven. So we're going to fold this in. And when I say fold in, it means you go round the edges and just fold over. And that way, you're not expelling any of the air that you've just beaten in with the butter. It smells lovely. As I say, they are simple to make. We just want to incorporate all the flour like that. We don't want to see any white bits of flour. The kids used to love this because they knew when I started making this, Christmas was getting close, and then it became an absolute nightmare. They got so excited. There. I'm going to actually just pull this together with my fingers, like that. It's like making gingerbread men. There we are. That's it. Now, I've lined a baking sheet. It does say 2, but how big is your baking sheet? Mine are quite large. I'm going to wash my hands, so just give me a minute. Let me go over to the sink. And you see how quickly that was made. I've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And we need some extra brown sugar, because what we're going to do is roll each ball of cookie dough in some brown sugar, in some white sugar, sorry. So I've got a bowl here of white sugar. Now, you could use a small ice cream scoop, and then you've got complete control over the size, but I tend to use 2 spoons. So what we're going to do is just roll that like that, roll it in sugar, place it on there. Now these are going to rise in the cooking process, and then as I bring them out, they collapse, and that gives it all the crinkly. So join me in about 5 minutes time when I finish rolling out this, and watch me put it into the oven. So I'm going to carry on rolling out my cookie dough. Well, welcome back. The magic of television. Boom! It was all done. It didn't take long. And so you see, we have got 2 trays. I'm going back into this to put these in the oven. I've got it on convection, so I can cook 2 trays at once. So come back with me to the oven. Let's go back here. Oh. And they will take between 15 and 20 minutes to cook. So we're going to leave them in the oven, not disturb them, and join me again in about 15 minutes time, and we'll see if they've cooked. Okay, bye. Hi, we're back. The smell, ginger, it's ready. I know they're ready. Let's just have a look. Oh yes. Look, beautiful gingerbread. Look, nice and crinkly. So let's just take these back over to the butcher block, and then we'll put them on a cooling tray. So follow me. I need my pan stand. We'll take 1 tray at a time. There we are. And you can see that they're nice and crinkly. So let's just put them over there to cool. Nice gingerbready cookies. There's nothing like ginger and Christmas. To me, ginger says Christmas. And I've had, unfortunately, the old nursery rhyme stuck in my head all day, thinking about making these. And I don't know if you know it here, but it's the goose is getting fat, please put a penny in the old man's hat. And the kids used to sit at the corner in Victorian days because we always had goose at Christmas. So let's get the second one. Goose was the traditional bird in England that we ate at Christmas time. And it's the nursery rhyme. And the kids used to sit at the corner begging for money. I don't think many people eat goose these days. I like goose, but it's a little bit greasy. There we are. Let's get rid of that. Have a nice plate. And these will go more crinkly as they collapse. So let's just put some on a plate. There we are. I've been told not to hum.
You can hum.
I can hum. Whoa!
Just not in lieu of talking.
It doesn't sound, it's not very musical when I hum. I cannot hold a note to save my life. So, I'm going to try one. Yay! So there's the crinkly gingerbread. Easy to make, the children love them. I used to make them with the children when I did children's cooking classes, because they could make them, they love rolling them out and then putting them in the sugar. So it's an activity that you can have with the children, your own children or the grandchildren, or your neighbour's children. It's Christmas. Invite everybody into your kitchen. And so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, mrscalabashcooks.com. The recipes will be up there, and I will see you. Bye. I'm going to have a hot one. Heavens. $20. On the line for $20. It keeps on playing. I love this. $20. Bye guys.